Rube's Observations brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. Observation number one. Nick Sirianni came under a lot of fire when he got here for short training camp practices, days off here and there during training camp, walkthroughs on Wednesday, resting players on Thursday, practices getting shorter and shorter as the year went on. Guess what? The Eagles are the healthiest football team in the NFL right now, and there's a direct correlation between the way they practice, the way they prepare, and how healthy this team is. When the Eagles play the Giants Saturday night, all 22 projected starters are going to be on the field, and that just doesn't happen in the NFL. Now, Lane Johnson might not be 100%, Jalen Hurts might not be 100%, Avonte Maddox is out, your slot corner, but as far as the 22 starters, they'll all be there, and Nick is really groundbreaking in the work he's done, looking at all the analytics that go into injuries and trying to keep guys healthy, to the point where they saw that every fourth day, the fourth straight day of training camp practice, had the most injuries, because now you're going 4 days without a break. So now the fourth day of training camp, the fourth, 8th, 12th day, whatever, is day off. A lot of former players criticized them because they had to practice 3 hours twice a day in training camp, and now the Eagles are out there for an hour. Like, there's no way they can be prepared. Well, guess what? They're 14-3. They're the number one seed. They're coming off a bye, and they're healthy. So it's pretty convincing evidence that Nick Sirianni's plan is working. A quick observation on the Giants, and I know when Daniel Jones got drafted out of Duke, there was a lot of people were ripping on the Giants and mocking him. This guy's not an NFL quarterback, certainly not a first rounder. And honestly, his first couple years, he didn't look the part. But I would be very careful at this point to dismiss Daniel Jones. He's really evolved into a pretty good, efficient NFL quarterback. Only threw 15 touchdowns, but just 5 interceptions. And he's the first quarterback in history to throw 400 passes or more with 5 or fewer interceptions and 700 rushing yards. I think the Eagles match up well against the Giants, but he's one guy that's just a little bit scared.